lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just come on, just come on, just come on. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just come on, just come on, just come on. Just come on.
Welcome to the World Center of Racing and the penultimate round of Season 14 for the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you for this one, and huge points implications on the line tonight. 33 haulers in the infield. One of the biggest fields we have seen all season tonight here for the second to the last race of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. And for those of you who are joining, yes, we are live on Facebook. Glad to have you all with us right now as practice getting ready to wind on down here. I'm trying to get over the size of this field. 33 trucks here tonight to slug it out at Daytona. And for those of you who just so happen to have missed it, last week Lane Hosler coming out with the victory, getting max points, by the way, now extends his points lead coming into tonight to 18 markers. That's impressive. 18 points separate Lane Hosler and Ryan Twinham. Chris Smith still is in a slugfest for third with Blaine Woodruff. It's only 2 points separate third and fourth. And then you're another 2 points back to Dan Sykes, who rounds out your top five. But tonight, with so many trucks here at Daytona on the oval, we could see huge points implications play out. As about 2 minutes left here in the qualifying session, or sorry, the practice session. We're getting ready to click on over to qualifying. I just, it's here we are, 9 races in tonight, and your top 5 separated by less than a race. With this many people in the field, we could see some big moves being made here tonight. Brian Toole, Joey Steyr still have a shot, an outside shot, as well as Fred Garcia have an outside shot of getting into the top 5 tonight, which going into next week, next week's race at Kansas, there's still a lot to race for with 2 races left. But tonight, the penultimate round, let's lock and load and get ready for this one. 80 laps of scheduled distance, 70% fuel fill. And I am currently looking back through the previous winners. And only 2 of them are not here tonight. Joey Steyr won back in seasons 4 and 7. He's here. Evan Kinney won back in season 5. He's here. Ryan Twinham won back in season 9. He is here. Mark Schilly, I'm seeing his name up here. He won back in season 10. So we're only missing Scott Winsett and Chris Worrell, seasons 2 and seasons 12. We're going to bookend. All the other winners are here. So settle in, grab yourself a nice cold beverage as we get ready to go 80 laps here in the World Center of Racing. Speed Week's getting ready to ramp on up now as checking in with the live chat. Let us know what your thoughts were about yesterday's yesterday's clash, as there goes the checkered flag. And there goes practice, and here comes qualifying. Who's going to be one of the first ones to roll it? We're still waiting. They're going to have to get it going pretty quick here. Looks like Zach Dowsher going to be one of the first ones to roll it in the 84. Jamie LaRoque in the Ryder Nuclear Banana. He is with us again tonight. There is Matt Batby, your defending series champion, back with the group here. Kevin Hayes in the Budweiser number 51, back with us tonight. Carl Yeager, rocking that. I love that paint scheme. Really do. DW Tribute Truck. There's Ken Pack rolling it now. Ryan Twinham in the Goose Island Brewery. Number 8. Shane Calhoun in the 004. Already at full chat. Jeremy Moore back. Brian Toole back. Wayne Hosler in the Hosler Fencing and Construction, number 61, gathered max points last week. Won the pole, led the most laps, and won the race. Doesn't get much better than that on a road course. And he needed it. Joey Steyr in the OSF Healthcare, number 23, is back with us tonight. Dominic Rossi in the other Budweiser truck. Jay Culp rocking the Marine Corps colors tonight. Flirting with that mustard line, trying to get that truck up to full chat as soon as he can. As Batby goes quick time. Solid lap for Batby there. Let's follow along with Ryan Twinham. First lap in the books for the 8. 7th quick. So he's starting his second flyer. Season 12 champion Greg Barnett back with the field. Good to have you back, Greg. Let's take a look at what type of lap your current points leader, Lane Hosler, is going to be able to lay down here. First lap looks like it's going to be a throwaway lap. He's just going to get this thing, try to get this thing as wound up as he can. Not that qualifying matters a lot here at Daytona, but it does. Everybody who's on track right now should be able to get their first lap in. Ken Pack goes 12th quick. Lane Hosler's first lap, 10th quick. I don't think Dan Baker. I don't think Dan Baker's going to get his first flyer in. Let's take a look at Stephen Tuck. There he is in the Liberty University, number 10, back with us. This is going to be a solid lap for Tuck. Where's it going to put him? Hosler up to 4th quick. Tuck goes 9th. Steyer's now up to 5th. Chris Smith's going to slide into 6th. Let's take a look at Blaine Woodruff. There he is. New colors on that truck tonight. Battle of the Beer Wagons. Woodruff's going to go 14th quick on his first one. Not going to get the second one in. So just shy of half the field posting a time in the qualifying session. And that's going to do it for that. Let's take a look at tonight's starting grid. Is Matt Batby doing Matt Batby things, as we like to say. Sets quick time in qualifying. Zach Dowsher goes second quick. Kevin Hayes and Lane Hosler make up row number 2. Jay Culp and Joey Steyers in row 3. Row 4 is going to go to Chris Smith and Dominic Rossi, with Jamie LaRoque and Carl Yeager in row number 5. Row 6 is going to see Stephen Tuck and Shane Calhoun. With row 7 going to Ryan Twinham, starting deep in this one. He's going to be joined with Blaine Woodruff back there in row 7. Row 8, Ken Pack and James Gleesman. Row 9, TJ Allen and Tom Richter. Nate Brown and Evan Kinney back there in row number 10. Row 11, Abram Gaston and Brian Toole. Row 12, Jeremy Moore and Kevin Becker. Row 13, William George and Dan Baker. Greg Barnett and Colin Chipping are going to roll it from row number 14. Row 15, Scott Winsett and Dan Sykes. So I do take that back. Scott Winsett is here tonight. So that means we're only missing Chris Worrell from the past winners list. Dan Sykes is going to be joining Winsett in row number 15. Row 16, Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here for the CleanRacing.net Truck Series, Mr. Fred Garcia. He's going to be joined with David Connell back there in row 16. And starting shotgun on the field, Tommy Osborne in the deuce. Going to start lonesome back there in row number 17. So 33 trucks scheduled to roll it here tonight. Just waiting for the last couple of stragglers to grid up. And 4 trucks electing to pit start. Culp, Osborne, Connell, and Calhoun all electing to start from the pits. The field starts to roll behind the official iRacing pace truck, or pace car, sorry. Again, 18 is the magic number right now. Lane Hosler, 329 points. Ryan Twinham, 311 points. And with 33 trucks here tonight, the last thing you want to do is get caught up in someone else's mistake. No fast repairs tonight. 4 sets of tires to get it done with. 70% fuel fill. So we're looking roughly 15 to 18 laps, depending on how much fuel you save. Is about all you're going to get out of a tank at Go Fast. And 4 total sets of tires to get done. So the set they qualified on, the set they have to start the race on, and then they're laying 3 spare in the pits. So use them wisely. As the field works its way through the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab the sunscreen because it's time to get it on in Florida. Race fans, it's show time! As we turn them loose here. Right now, Matt Batby, Kevin Hayes making a bid for the lead. That outside lane did not get going. As Lane Hosler immediately bailed out of the top and got low as quickly as he could. Batby, Hayes, Hosler, Dowcher, Smith, Spires, Rossi, Twinham, Yeager, and Woodruff. Your top 10 as we currently sit. Seen in quite some time here in the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Is everybody trying to figure out who they can dance with? Lane Hosler may have gotten shuffled out away from that low side, not where he wanted to go. And look who's here, side by side with his points rival. That is Ryan Twinham on the low side, Lane Hosler on the top shelf. 5th and 6th on track as Hosler trying to make some way forward as the 77 of Woodruff goes up through the middle. Steyer's flirting with that outside wall. He's caught 3 wide again. Here we go. Kevin Hayes picks up Hosler. Hayes to the front. Hosler doesn't have the clear yet. Matt Batby, your defending series champion, still there. Now Woodruff and Hosler working with each other. Those 2 Fords are getting after it on the top side. 2 Chevys leading the low lane. And then you've got the 2 Toyotas of Carl Yeager and Chris Smith running side by side. As 3rd trucks in line respectively. everybody just riding right now as we are able to let's go on board with Lane Hosler here. Bad begin the push from Hosler to get out and around. Pardon me, folks. Brian Twinham, good to have you checking in. Take a look at what's Brian seeing. Stan Sykes right in front of him. You can hear how much Twinham's having to play with the throttle right now to try to stay off of Sykes. Going to drop down to the low side a little bit, become more comfortable on that bottom lane. Greg Barnett already making some headway. Hosler and Badby going side by side for the race lead. Give it to Badby by a bumper. Now Badby jumping up to the top shelf to pick up Hosler. It's going to open the door for Kevin Hayes on the bottom shelf. He's getting pushed along by Chris Smith. And your biggest mover right now is that Valvoline 66 at Dan Sykes. There he is on that 5-truck Tango on the top side at the front of this piece. He's currently sitting plus 20 after not laying a time in qualifying. Tommy Osborne and David Connell both electing to not take part in tonight's race. Jay Culp and Shane Calhoun electing to pit start. So they are a little bit off pace right now, but working with each other, so it shouldn't be too shabby for them. Currently working lap 9 of 80. On board with Sykes now. Uh-oh. Kevin Hayes having a case of the blinkies, not what you're hoping for when you're in tight confines like you have here in the pack. So throw a blanket over your top 29 Good grief. And they're 3 wide back there. Or at least they were for a brief moment. This is that point of where you've been in the draft this long, you need to get cool air to the radiator, especially if you're stuck right up on someone. Now, Batby does have the clear. Hosler does not, or had the clear. Hayes had a good shove from Smith going into turn number 3. Bear with me, folks, because I've been calling a lot of weird configurations here. For those of you that missed this past weekend, we had the 24 years of Daytona. So Frank Marchese, Liam Irving, and myself were up in the booth for that call over 2 days. Right now, Hayes, Batby, Smith, Hosler, Rossi, Woodruff, Ducher, Yeager, Twinham, and Sykes rounding out your top 10 right now. Sykes just content to ride back there. Once again, Batby had the clear, did not drop down in front of Kevin Hayes. They want to control this race right now. It's Batby on the high side, Hayes on the low shell. And with as much as Kevin Hayes has been blinking, if you're Chris Smith, you've got to be a little bit concerned. Is he going to be there if I go to push him? Blaine Woodruff giving Lane Hosler plenty of room, almost a truck length separation, because nobody wants to. You cannot push the pusher and get away with it. If you do, all 3 of you are probably going to end up in the wall. So Woodruff wisely backing out of it. Batby now having connection issues. Uh-oh. As we are closing in on what should be the first round green flag pit stops. Actually, I take that back. Roughly 18 to 21-ish. Sykes up into the wall. We've got problems. Holy cow. Let's watch this one again. It's going to start with Sykes in the 66 getting up into the wall. And all hell is going to break loose behind him. There's the 19 of TJ Allen, goes right across the nose of Evan Kinney. So that brings out the caution, and then so let's watch this again. There is more. It's going to pop off towards the top of your screen, folks. So there goes Sykes, goes up into the wall. The 19 goes low, comes across Kinney's nose. And everybody trying to get woed down. Nope, no doing. All right, then. Colin Shipping catching a piece of this one as well. TJ Allen, Dan Baker, Jamie LaRoque, Steve Tuck, Avram Gaston, Nate Brown catching a piece of that one. There he is on the top side, able to get it woed down in time, though. TJ Allen not able to get it woed down in time. Watch Jeremy Moore one more time. It's boom. Jamie LaRoque just touched him in the and those guys were not going that fast either. Everybody coming down pit road to get their servicing done. Kevin Hayes electing to take fuel only. Matt Batby took 2 in fuel. Chris Smith, fuel only. Zach Dauscher, fuel only. Ryan Twinham took 2. And everybody else, 4 and possible damage repair. Checking in with our 2 drivers at the top of the point standings. There is Ryan Twinham, and that is Lane Hosler right behind him. So both of those drivers able to escape that melee unscathed. As Colin Chipping in the 91 and TJ Allen in the 19, both electing to put it on the hauler. Dan Baker had to tow, as did Jeremy Moore after getting launched to the moon at almost the speed of sound. Stephen Tuck had to tow. Everybody else able to limp him back to pit road from the looks of it. As the pace car getting ready to duck on off here. There it goes, and here we go.
Green, green, green.
The green flight comes back out. Hayes pulls the trigger. Batby sticking with him on the top side. And with as far back as Chris Smith is, I got to think Hayes is probably a sitting duck by the time they get to the backstretch, if he can find an opening to get by. Three wide. The 6 of Gleesman caught on the top side. Oh, don't do it. Well, I was white-knuckled there. How about you folks? I would have almost been willing to bet the house on Gleesman ending up in the wall during that 3-wide situation. Luckily, everybody kept their head about him and didn't get too crazy. Matt Batby making a 2-lane change on the freeway at rush hour. Kevin Hayes leading that bottom lane. Working lap 19 of 80 here tonight. Again, only one race left after tonight, and that's next week at Kansas for the season finale. Huge points implications on the line here tonight. As there's Hosler, fourth truck in line on the top side. Ryan Twinham, third truck in line on the low side. This could get interesting. Matt Batby missed a few too many weeks to be able to successfully defend his season 13 title. But we do have past champions in the field tonight. Matter of fact, our previous two champions are in the field tonight in the form of Matt Batby in the 85. And as soon as I can find him again, there he is, the 38 of Greg Barnett. Always good to have Greg back with us. Preseason testing injury keeping Greg from participating this season, but good to have him back. Checking back in at the front of this piece. You know, let's take a look where Joey Stiers is. Stiers has kind of hovered right about where he currently is for most of the race, about mid-pack, not wanting to put the truck in a dangerous situation, and I don't blame him. It is not go time yet. Two of your biggest movers back here, 14th and 15th, running almost side by side with each other. That's the 66 of Dan Sykes and the 3 of Fred Garcia, as they are both sitting plus 16 in 14th and 15th, sitting plus 16. Yes, I can say that without having a stroke. Next biggest mover is going to be that number 6 of Policeman, as the Mountain Dew Ford currently sitting plus 13. We do need to thank our good friends at the ringsidereport.net for all your boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, combat sports. You know, your boxings, your wrestlings, your mixed martial arts. All of that can be found on the ringsidereport.net, and you can find their podcast on all your favorite streaming platforms. We would not be able to put these broadcasts on without them. Quick check in of the weather right now. It's about 5:15 in the evening in sim time. 77-degree ambient air temperature, 50% relative humidity, under partly cloudy skies, 96-degree track temperature. And that has steadily gone down since the start of this race. Checking in during practice, we were north of 100-degree track temperature. So Batby, Hosler, Rossi, Culp, Leisman, Richter, Hayes, Twinham, Dousher, and Yeager rounding out your top 10. As Hosler could get his first bonus point of the night if the 81 would just get to his back bumper. Well, that's not what he wanted. A couple of wounded trucks out there right now is currently showing 23 trucks left on the lead lap. The only downside is that's Evan Kinney, the last truck on the lead lap in 23rd. no help whatsoever. So he's going to have to get down and out of the way quickly because the freight train is coming. Now, the rule is give way to the lead lap trucks, but as soon as it's safe for you to blend, you're welcome to try to race to get your lap back the hard way. It's Gleesman going to lead that one, as he's now got Batby and Hosler for help on the top side. Batby going to go with him. Hosler, not a ton of help. 78 of Rossi going to slot into third now. Hosler and Twinham have not gotten away from each other all race long. There is Hosler leading the top side with the 81 of Culp for help. And there is the Goose Island Brewing number 8 of Twinham on the low side right next to him. Gleesman jumps up. Everybody's trying to keep Wayne Hosler from getting that all-important bonus point for leading a lap, as we are just past the quarter mark here. There is the Fruity Pebbles number 3 of Fred Garcia. Ken Pack back with us now. We're on board with him. Two names we haven't spoken a lot about tonight. That is Evan Gaston in the Fanatec 63. Shane Calhoun in the 004 right behind him. As Hosler finally gets credited with leading the lap. Culp drops down. Now, Culp and Gleesman not in the point standing coming into tonight. It's the first start for both of them all season. As I think Richter had a race earlier, Rossi had a race earlier. So Gleesman and Richter, the only two that have not had a single start yet this season. We saw Culp earlier in the season. Oh, no. Why? Why are we 3 wide? Last down pit road, back on lap to number 15. for the this single caution that we've had already here tonight. So I dare say that we're getting close. So everybody's starting to get a little bit single filed out here. There it is. Yep. So everybody was trying to get by, let's go back that up a lap. So here's the start of the lap. We're going to jump up to the chopper, and it's going to pop off towards the front as everybody's trying to work their way around the lap truck. And there you see that Red Bull ride up in front of them. And that's why we always tell the lappers to get down and out of the way. I'm going to follow along with Ryan Twinham. Keep your eye on the yellow and black truck there on the low side. You know what? We're going to go on board with Twinham. This is what he saw. Light contact back there, but he's able to escape relatively unscathed. So that was definitely a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment, especially if there are two drivers top the point standings coming into tonight. Oy. A lot of torn up race trucks right now. There's Richter, Batby, Stiers, Sykes, Rossi, Becker, all torn up. But it could have been a whole lot worse than it was. Everybody trying to mitigate what damage they received. So we're going to rack them, stack them, and try that again. As so far, every time we've gotten close to needing a green flag pit stop, aliens, and we've had a crash. It's almost like nobody wants to venture down pit road, try to get it woed down without losing a ton of time, run the pit road speed limit, and then get back up to speed without losing a ton of time. Ain't scared. Well, you should be. Gleesman in the 6, one of your two biggest movers. The biggest mover currently is sitting back there in 5th. The Fruity Pebbles number 3, that is Mr. Fred Garcia. The pace car is in. Here we go. Geico restart zone is in effect. And just like that, we are back underway. Hosler and Twinham side by side for second right now. Advantage Twinham as he's pushing the 6 right along here. Hayes and Garcia almost getting into each other. No Dakota Paint, they would have been both in trouble. Twinham goes to the top side. Hosler goes with him. It's both these two trying to pick him up and lay him down right now. Is Hosler and Hayes working the top side. Hosler by half a truck robs Twinham of a bonus point. Twinham, Gleesman, Dowsher, Hosler, Garcia, Hayes, Gaston, Yeager, Winsett, and Smith. As we currently sit. "21 trucks still running with 18 of them currently left on the lead lap. Twinham finally gets that all-important bonus point, keeping pace with Wayne Hosler right now. They both have one. Badby got the point for pole position, as I don't think either one is still clean as we are fast approaching the halfway mark of this race. Oh, don't do it. It looks like they wanted to go 3 wide and thought better of it. This is kind of what we were expecting. With as many trucks as signed up for this race, we were kind of expecting to see, a couple of incidences, especially after that first caution tore up some trucks and got everybody kind of jumbled up there. And that's the biggest takeaway of this is lap vehicles, A, be predictable, and B, get the heck out of the way and let the leaders race. And then if after they fly by you, if you can blend back in and race your way back to get your lap back, so be it. So that's Blaine Woodruff that they are fast approaching right now. No, it's not. Who is that? Oh, that's Matt Badby. Badby got up and out of the way, went to the high side, gave the racing lines to the lead pack. So we are going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be back right after this.
What's up, guys? Roger Debo, front tire changer for the 45 Alpha Prime car. You're watching Sim Racing Media.
And we are back at Daytona for the penultimate round of the CleanRacing.net Season 14 Truck Series. George Basso in the booth with you tonight. Thank you so much for making this a part of your Monday evening. As right now, Ryan Twinham showing the way just past the halfway mark. We've already had 2 cautions for incident back on lap 15 and back on lap 30. As we had 33 trucks show up for tonight's race, or sign up for tonight's race, 31 of which did take the green, as we have 21 trucks still running, or still in the session, I should say. Brian Toole has retired. Tom Richter, Dominic Rossi, Kevin Becker, William George, Stephen Tuck, Colin Chipping, TJ Allen, Dan Baker, and Jeremy Moore have all decided to put him on the hauler tonight. If you wonder what the points implications currently are, need to look no further than, oh, hang on to her. That was big points implications right there. That could have ended so poorly. As now your leaders are coming up on a gaggle of torn up race trucks. And not everyone is running the same line to get out of the way of the leaders. Oh, this could end very poorly. Dauscher, Hayes, and Yeager, they've got Joey Stiers with them. Here comes Twinham. That is Kinney on the high side. And now we've got a lead group of cars back together again. Throw a blanket over your top 10 as they all run stem to stern. Zach Dauscher in the 84, the Kewanee, Wisconsin native. And taking a look at his SDK profile, depressed, crazy, and possibly insane. Me too, Zach, me too. And yes, I also want to go fast. That's why I have a motorized wheelchair. Slightly hot-rodded. Dauscher, Hayes, Yeager, Twinham, Hosler, Culp, Gleesman, Garcia, Winsett, and Smith, your top 10 as they currently sit. Greg Barnett, Ken Pack, and Nate Brown also in that lead melee of trucks. As I said, throw a blanket over your top 15. Ryan Hosler just running right now behind his next closest contender in the point standings. That is Ryan Twinham, directly in front of the 61. And you can see the damage on the 8. Hosler's still relatively clean. So that's a 6 of James Gleesman, going to slot in behind him. He was caught on that outside for quite some time. We're expecting at least another stop, possibly a second one, depending on when everybody comes down for what essentially should be the money stop. As we have had cautions both times for incident just prior to needing some green flag servicing done. Everybody just logging laps right now. 30 to go next time by. And that's how you get out of the way of the leaders. That's Dan Sykes and Ryan Twinham getting up and out of the way. Once the freight train goes by, and if they can blend safely, they can get back down into that lead group, and then they can try to work their way back to the front the hard way. Or back onto the lead lap, I should say, the hard way. Next truck they are going to come up on is going to be Evan Gaston in the fan attack number 63. Currently a half second behind this lead group. Or sorry, half a track behind this lead group. Everybody just settling in right now. They know there's still at least one pit stop. And inside 30 laps to go. It is not go time yet. Everybody getting single filed out, I dare say we're getting close to seeing that first green flag pit stop of the night. And if I did just jinx the field, go ahead and get your hate mail coming out, folks. This is Frank Passo here of Sim Racing Media, Syracuse, New York, P.O. Box OU812. Calhoun back on the lead lap in the 004. He's currently working with Gleesman on that high side. That is the lap truck of Dan Sykes right behind them. So 4 trucks on the high line. If they get hooked up, they can start to make some headway back forward. However, nobody seems to want to be overly aggressive in pushing right now. So those guys might be hung out to dry as the saying goes. A lot of racing coming up later this week on the channel. Let me just pull that up. Tomorrow night, we've got the doubleheader with the AARL Blue-Gray Plastic Cup Series. Round number 5 from Vegas. And then the nightcap, as we always do on Tuesdays, the Western States Racing League round number 6 from Darlington. That is a 10:05 Eastern Time start on that one. The AARL series starts at 8:20 Eastern Time. And then on Thursday, we've got the Svenska iRacing Ligan season opener from VIR for their prototype division. That is going to be a 1:55 Eastern Time start on that one. So still a lot of racing left coming up this week as leagues start to ramp back up. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Monday evening, as we are watching the CleanRacing.net Truck Series Season 14. Second to the last race, the penultimate round here from Daytona. And your 2 points contenders at the front top of the pile, it is Lane Hosler and Ryan Twinham. There is Twinham in the 8, and there's Hosler right behind him in that Hosler Fencing and Construction number 61. Keeping that Goose Island Brewing number 8 in check, as Hosler 18 markers to the good coming into tonight. And with the size field that we saw going into the race, 31 trucks, oh boy. Green flag pit stops starting to happen, 24 to go. That could have ended way more poorly than it did. But, wow. Anyways, Hosler and Twinham. Hosler 18 markers to the good coming into tonight. And with 33 trucks signed up, and it being a restrictor plate track, and it being pack racing, and it's kind of a wild card because you're always going to get caught up in someone else's dumpster fire. As Hosler, Kinney, and Brown all staying out. Hosler, the only one of the lead lap trucks, other than Brown. Sorry, I take that back. Brown is also a lead lap truck, as he and Kinney trying to work their way forward. Question is, how big is that undercut going to be? Looks like 2 in fuel, packing it as full as they can get. I would expect these 3 to come in this time. Yep. Here we go. There are Hayes and Twinham. This could get interesting. These guys are going to be close. The guys that came down on lap 50, 56 and 57 are going to be close. That's Dauscher and Yeager, who were down on lap 56, as we are currently 22 to go. Somebody's out of fuel. That's Gleesman. Stop the truck and tow it. What are you doing? Okay. That is Hosler trying to get back up to speed. He's got Kinney there. But here comes Dauscher and company. they are a little bit quicker. Looks like the Fords are going to work together as Dauscher's going to pick up Hosler. Leaves Yeager caught up on the high side in the Toyota. And that is Jamie LaRoque getting ready to go a lap down here. Being predictable, getting up and out of the way. Thank you, sir. Greg Barnett, your season 12 champion, just set fastest lap of the race with a 48.32. Way to make a statement about your return, Greg. Awesome lap. Shane Calhoun was a lap down at one point as Twinham caught up on that second lane. Kinney not letting him in. Now, Kinney is a lap truck, though he is at pace right now. This is not what that Goose Island Brewing team was hoping for tonight. Is right now Hosler shows the way. So Hosler's leading. Oh boy, there it is.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yep. Just like that, we've got a lot of torn up race cars. So keep your eye on Twinham in the 8. Matter of fact, we're going to go to the eye in the sky. This is what the chopper picked up. Twinham gets a run down the backstretch, side drafting. He's going to pick up the draft there from the 6, which pulls him along 3 wide. Hayes runs him up the track a little bit. So, watch this again here. As they work their way around the lap truck. It looked like Hayes came up into Twinham. Because if we back that up, let's back that up again. We're going to pause it as soon as we get back around to the start-finish line. I do apologize it's taking so long, folks. But you see that dark seam? That's about the middle of the track. Okay. And watch how far Twinham gets off of that, and then compare that to the yellow line and how far off of that Hayes goes. So right side tires just about on that line, down a little bit, but that was after contact. And you could see how Hayes was well above the mustard stripe. So a little bit of net code thrown in for good measure, but contact was going to happen, but you hate to see it. And that is now a very torn up Goose Island Brewing number 8. As Twinham just dropped to 12th. Giving up more bonus points to the man who currently leads this piece with 16 to go. And I'm surprised that Hosler, Garcia, and Barnett all stayed out. Everybody else came down pit road to at least pack the tank full of fuel to get it home from here. Hosler must be hoping that we go into overtime. And Ryan Twinham has decided to put it on the hauler. We've already seen 14 retirements so far. And Twinham and Calhoun both electing to say no mas. Leaves us with 11 trucks left on the lead lap. As the pace car is in, Hosler has the button into the Geico restart zone,
Green.
and we are back underway. Up through the gears goes everybody. Barnett's going to have a run on Hosler when they get to the backstretch. Two longtime friends. Are they going to work together here in the closing laps? 15 to go. Hosler, Barnett, Dowsher, Hayes, Smith, Garcia, Culp, Winsett, Brown, Sykes, your top 10. Carl Yeager in the 17, your last truck on the lead lap. Throw a blanket over your top 8 right now as they run all jumbled up there. A few lap trucks mixed in for good measure. Hosler continues to show the way. Another couple laps, he probably could clinch most laps led again for the second week in a row. But with Twinham already out, let's see if he's... Yeah, the furthest down Twinham's going to be able to finish, or the highest he's going to finish is 19th. So this is not what he was hoping for. He's going to have to hope for an abysmal race next week at Kansas for the season finale. And he's going to have to put on a clinic. And I dare say this is the biggest field and also the biggest attrition that we have had this season, with just about half the trucks that started this race already done, dusted, and on the hauler. Hosler, Barnett, Dowsher, Hayes, Smith, Garcia, Winsett, Culp, your lead group of cars. Brown and Yeager rounding out your, Brown, Yeager, and Sykes rounding out your lead lap trucks in 9th, 10th, and 11th, but we're not with this lead group. They're about half a lap behind. Now Brown jumps up in front of Smith, trying to make some headway. It's a beautiful shot down the super stretch here at Daytona. First time in 3 weeks I've gotten to call a race here at the World Center of Racing that didn't involve that backstretch chicane. Hosler continues to show the way. Dowsher in the other Ford up in front of the space. Matter of fact, 3 Fords lined up on the low side. That is 72 of Scott Winsett down there with them. So 3 Fords showing the way as we are on board with Lane Hosler, your current points leader. Nine to go. Hosler in command. Dowsher just pushing his buddy along. Again, want to thank everybody for tuning in live in this one or as a replay. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up. It really does help share these videos around. The more thumbs up a video gets, the more likely it is to be shown on someone's news feed when they log into their streaming account, whether it be on Facebook or whether it be on YouTube. Upvotes help. Hosler showing the way, 8 to go. Now it is official. Actually, it is not official yet. It will be another 2 laps. As Jamie LaRoque is the only one who can pass Ryan Twinham now. With 7 to go. LaRoque now only 1 lap away from Twinham. It's about to get good. there you see LaRoque back there in the Ryder truck, Chevy Silverado. As the battling starting to happen up towards the front of this now. Winston Hayes starting to pick the pace up. 81 a Culp up there on the top side as well. Hayes and Culp trying to make it happen on that second lane. Winsett kind of running blocker for his Ford stablemates. Now, Hosler doesn't need to win the race. He just needs a solid finish. So he must have done the fuel calculations right down to the last drop, 5 to go, as Hosler continues to show the way. That is the 401 of Calhoun getting down and out of the way. And there it is, Ryan Twinham officially in 18th. Just gave up a ton of points to Lane Hosler going into the final round next week. 4 to go. Hosler shows the way. Depending on how many trucks show up for Kansas next week. Oh! Culp and Winsett getting into each other on the super stretch. They both kept it off the wall, though. Let's go back and take a look at this one. Let's back that up again. Keep your eye on the all-white truck and then the Marine Corps number 81 to his outside. Now, Winsett pinching up a little bit. Hayes is pushing on the 81 with a caved-in tailgate already. And whoop. A little bit of net code, a little bit of bump draft gone wrong. But hey, it is what it is. 3 laps to go as now Dowsher and Hosler have a little bit of breathing room between the two of them and the rest of the field. But here comes Smith in the 14. Hayes is with him. Top 4, a second and a half to the good. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go for Lane Hosler, your current race leader. Checking back in. Current 5th place. Fred Garcia on the top side. Your biggest mover of the night, plus 26 for the Flintstone Flyer. Greg Barnett sits in 7th right behind him. Oh no. White flag in the air. We are racing back to checkers. The 2 Fords on the low side. The 2 Toyotas on the high side. Sorry, a Toyota and a Chevy on the high side. Hosler and Dowsher looking to get this one. Smith hung out to dry. Down the super stretch for the final time. We are racing back to checkers. This one's going to end one way, shape, or form. Somebody's taking the checkered flag. And we're not going into overtime. Hosler, Dousher, and Hayes go side by side with each other. Hosler protecting the bottom. Dousher going to give him a final shove. 3 wide for second. Hosler hangs on for the win. Hayes, Dousher, Smith. The way that they just crossed the stripe is here we go for fifth. Greg Barnett wrestles fifth away from Fred Garcia. Needed a good finish here tonight. Got a good finish here tonight. And inches just that much closer to clinching the season 14 championship. Lane Hosler, you're now almost a full race to the good.
Oh man, I gotta catch my breath.
I bet you do, my friend. You dodged a couple of bullets tonight.
I can't even. Yeah, that there were 2 or 3 wrecks that I thought I was done for, and man, I don't even know.
Well, Lane, I don't know if you realize what did happen with your next closest rival. Ryan Twinham just got scored in 18th.
Yeah, he hopped into the Discord a little bit ago and kind of was telling me what happened. That sucks for him. I was hoping it would be a battle. I earlier on in the race, I was going to be perfectly willing to push him for as long as he wanted to lead. I pretty much set myself up for trying to save fuel, and I was just hanging out as best I could.
Well, that sometimes is the best policy. Just hang out, ride, and let the race come to you. But Lane, what a season, what a statement you've made over the past couple of weeks. Most laps led both of the last 2 races.
That's
Let that sink in for a second, bud.
it is.
I mean, you have made a loud and clear statement that if anybody wants the championship, they've got to go through you this season. But we go into a track where you have had success in the past as we go to Kansas for the final round next week, and you're almost a complete race to the good.
Yeah, honestly, I coming into this race, I really just wanted to finish. I told all the guys that if I came away with a top 10, I was going to be ecstatic. And as the race went on, I won't necessarily say that I gained confidence, but I felt more comfortable up toward the front. And then I was really enjoying working with Matt Batby. I was really not happy when I saw that he got wrecked. I think me and him had a good thing going there early in the race, and even if I had to push him to the win, I would have been willing to do that just to get a decent finish out of this. So
Yeah, absolutely. But Lane, what went through your mind when you saw 33 entrants signed up for this race?
it definitely made me nervous. I know the plate tracks are usually pretty big for us. Plate tracks are historically not my forte. I think my best finish was before this was maybe an 8th. So, yeah, I'm just happy to get out of here, to be honest.
All right, Lane, who do you need to thank before we turn you loose to celebrate as you're pretty much guaranteed to get the ship next week? Who do you need to thank?
Definitely you for putting this on. You do a great job broadcasting, so I definitely want to say thanks to you. Fred for putting on this league. The guys at Brownie Racing helped me out tonight. We've been working on some GT3 stuff for Sebring here coming up, and it's nice to work with those guys. And then I think my parents are watching, so little shameless plug to the Hostler Fence. And yeah.
All right, Lane Hostler. Hostler?
Hostler, yes.
Hostler. I've been saying that wrong for the last 3 seasons. I'm sorry.
You're good.
So, Lane, congratulations on another victory. Best of luck to you next week at Kansas.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
And joining us now
Ooh,
is
real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta say thanks again to Zach. He pushed me the last, I don't know, 15 laps, and I would not be up here if not for him. So
Absolutely. But joining us now, and the way I'm looking at this, I'm looking at one set of timing and scoring that says he finished third, but what's on your screen says he finished second. Zach, do me a favor, pronounce your last name properly for me.
It is Dauscher. Think of it German, so it's Dauscher.
Yes!
You got it right.
I've been saying it right. All right. So, Zach, what a finish. I mean, you guys were 3 wide coming to the stripe for second place. And according to live timing and scoring, you got it. They had to go out to the 5th decimal point.
That's awesome to hear. That was a crazy finish.
It absolutely looked crazy. But it's been a crazy race. You were up front most of the night, too. Little bit of wall riding there a couple of times. Got put in a bad situation a couple of times, but you battled back to come home on the podium. Talk us through, like we already asked Lane, talk us through what went through your mind when you saw 33 trucks scheduled to run here tonight.
Well, originally I was just going to be relaxed and not qualify, but when I saw there's over 30 of us, my plan was to qualify and try to stay out front as much as possible and stay away from the chaos in the middle or back.
Well, that you were able to do is, you ran up front most of the night. And are you going to be back with us next week for the final race at Kansas?
You bet I will.
Talk us through what your game plan is for that track.
Hopefully stay out front and dominate and kind of mix up the points standings here a little before the end.
There you go. Safe to assume you're going to be back for season 15 full time.
Absolutely. This is a great league. Absolutely fun.
It's always refreshing when we get some new faces coming in. And, I mentioned earlier, I was looking at your SDK profile, and it's depressed, crazy, and possibly insane, and I want to go fast. Me too, brother. Me too. Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
Oh, you for broadcasting and the league, just the league in general for having such a great, fun group of people to race against, and just everybody that's involved in this league. Thank you, and the drivers for a great race. Just thank you in general.
All right. Zach, congratulations on a podium. We'll see you next week in Kansas.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So that is going to do it for us tonight. Let's take a look at our finishing order. Lane Hausler, Zach Dowsher, Kevin Hayes, Chris Smith, and Greg Barnett rounding out your top 5. Fred Garcia, Scott Winsett, and Jay Culp rounding out your lead lap trucks in 8th. Nate Brown in 9th. Dan Sykes rounding out your top 10. Carl Yeager, Abram Gaston, Blaine Woodruff, Evan Kinney, and Ken Pack rounding out your top 15. 16th going to Adam Calhoun, Jamie LaRoque in 17th. James Gleesman in 18th. Ryan Twinham, not what he needed tonight, coming home in 19th. Joey Stiers, Matt, rounding out your top 20. Matt Batby, Brian Toole, Tom Richter, Dominic Rossi, and Kevin Becker rounding out your top 25. William George, Steve Tuck, TJ Allen, Colin Chipping, and Jeremy Moore rounding out your top 30. Dan Baker, the last truck to take the green, finishes in 31st. So that is going to do it for us tonight. Be sure to join us tomorrow for the triple header or double header. Tomorrow, kicking off at 8:20 Eastern time with the AARL Blue Gray Plastic Cup Series. As they go to their next round at 8:20, and then the nightcap, as we always do, Western States Racing League round number 6 at 10:05 Eastern time for that. In the meantime, folks, this is Tony Trapasser reminding you that as you walk down the road of life this week, and until we meet again, do me a favor, don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.